Welcome to DropPoint News. We read the news while you get ready. Today is July 10, 2025. Here are today's top 20 stories. Headline number 1, Ukraine gets green light for new U.S. military aid. Ukrainian President Zelensky says he received positive signals from the U.S. about resuming military support, including Patriot missile systems funded by Germany and Norway. This boost comes during a surge of Russian drone and missile attacks Zelensky calls terrorism. European leaders are pledging billions in reconstruction through the Rome Conference. A new U.S. ambassadorial appointment is also reportedly in the works. Headline number 2, Texas flash flood death toll rises to 109. Flash floods across central Texas have claimed 109 lives, including many children, with over 170 still missing. The disaster struck near Camp Mystic over the 4th of July weekend. Rescue teams continue amid criticism that rural warning systems didn't activate. State and federal aid is arriving, and past NOAA budget reductions are now under scrutiny. Headline number 3, NVIDIA hits $4 trillion market cap. NVIDIA has become the first public company to top a $4 trillion valuation, driven by booming demand for AI computing hardware. Its stock recently hit $164 per share. Analysts believe NVIDIA's GPUs are now the backbone of the AI revolution. Despite trade and tariff concerns, investor enthusiasm remains high. Headline number 4, U.S. warns Japan and South Korea of possible tariffs. The U.S. cautioned that 25% tariffs may be imposed on Japan and South Korea if trade disputes are not resolved. The warnings coincide with a growing protectionist sentiment at home. Experts warn this could strain key alliances and disrupt global supply chains. Manufacturers are urging diplomatic resolution. Headline number 5, Trump plans 50% copper tariff. President Trump is advocating for a 50% tariff on copper imports, aiming to support domestic EV and infrastructure industries. Industry insiders warn this could raise material costs and spark trade retaliation. U.S. mining groups back the move, but importers are pushing back. Congress is now debating the proposal. Headline number 6, FBI Director Wray to step down. FBI Director Christopher Wray has announced his resignation amid increasing political pressure. Conservatives say this reflects a needed shakeup, while critics worry about potential political interference in the Justice Department. The decision triggers a search for his replacement and speculation about the Bureau's future direction. Headline number 7, Rumble sues Google over ad revenue. Rumble has filed a $1 billion lawsuit against Google, alleging unfair diversion of ad revenue through its ad tech systems. The platform accuses Google of anti-competitive behavior that disadvantages smaller sites. Google rejects the claims and says it complies with antitrust rules. This lawsuit is part of a broader challenge to big tech dominance. Headline number 8, Supreme Court blocks abortion funding order. The Supreme Court paused a lower court order related to abortion funding, sparking national debate. Proponents argue it upholds judicial checks and balances, while opponents view it as a setback for reproductive rights. The case may prompt legislative action in Congress. Headline number 9, House passes Big Beautiful Bill. The House approved the Trump-backed Big Beautiful Bill in a tight vote, focusing on infrastructure and funding initiatives. Democrats criticized it as politically motivated, Republicans call it a jobs bill. The legislation now moves to the Senate for review. Headline number 10, TikTok under fire over AI-generated child content. TikTok is facing criticism after AI-generated images of children in inappropriate contexts circulated prominently on the platform. Critics argue moderation systems failed to protect minors. TikTok says it's upgrading AI detection tools, but lawmakers are warning of new regulations. Headline number 11, 250 campus deplatforming attempts so far. Colleges recorded approximately 250 attempts to deplatform speakers this year, often linked to discussions about the Middle East conflict. School officials cite security concerns while free speech advocates call it suppression. The surge is reviving national discussions on academic expression and institutional responsibility. Headline number 12, Paramount settles defamation lawsuit for $16 million. Paramount has agreed to pay $16 million to settle a defamation claim related to a 60 Minutes segment. Supporters say the move emphasizes accountability in journalism, while critics note it doesn't imply admission of wrongdoing. The case spotlights media sourcing standards. Headline number 13, NYT issues apology over reporting error. The New York Times issued an apology after retracting a story seen as unfairly damaging to Democrats. Critics say it reveals bias and rushed reporting. The incident is prompting calls for stronger editorial oversight and clearer correction policies. Headline number 14, Trump dismisses Musk's new party as ridiculous. Former President Trump criticized Elon Musk's new political party as ridiculous, also taking aim at a NASA appointment. Analysts see this as escalating rivalry between two powerful figures. Musk's team has yet to offer a formal response. Headline number 15, Farm Security Plan targets Chinese land ownership. A new national initiative proposes limiting Chinese ownership of U.S. farmland due to security concerns. Supporters say it protects sovereignty, opponents argue it undermines property rights. States are now reviewing how to implement the proposed plan. Headline number 16, Executive Order on Immigration Raids expected. A pending executive order is expected to authorize increased immigration enforcement in Democratic-led cities. Supporters call it enforcement of federal law, critics warn it could disrupt communities. Local officials are pledging legal resistance. Headline number 17, FBI leadership shakeup anticipated. Plans for FBI Director Wray's exit include turnover among senior-level officials. Reports suggest a mix of career and political appointees will fill roles. DOJ maintains the transition is being managed for continuity amid high security stakes. Headline number 18, Supreme Court expansion debate revived. Discussions about expanding the Supreme Court have returned, with conservative voices warning it threatens judicial integrity. Advocates say it's needed to balance court influence, opponents fear it will erode trust. Legislators are once again circulating proposals. Headline number 19, U.S.-India trade deal nears completion. U.S.-India trade deal negotiations are reportedly in final stages, expected to be unveiled in the coming weeks. Experts say it could boost exports and reshape global trade ties. Lawmakers express concern that key concessions may favor foreign markets over domestic interests. Headline number 20, U.S. weekly jobless claims drop to 7-week low. Weekly U.S. unemployment benefit claims have fallen to a 7-week low, signaling a resilient labor market. Experts interpret it as a sign of job retention despite economic uncertainty. The trend may influence the Federal Reserve's decisions on interest rates. And that's DropPoint News, fast, focused. We read the news while you get ready. Hit subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow morning with another concise briefing.